Hey friends, welcome back to Python series. This is the space where we make Python fun and easy for everyone. So in today's Python exercise, we are going to learn something that seems like a magic trick at first, which is swapping two numbers without using a third variable. So in the previous video, we worked with swapping two numbers using a third variable, which is temporary variable. But now we are going to do that without using the temporary variable. If you guys have missed that episode, I'm gonna keep that in the description. You can just go there and go through that exercise and just come back here and you can continue from here to start with this one. So here is the goal. We'll ask the user to enter two numbers, and let's say user enters 5 and even 8. And without using any temporary variable, we will switch their values. So at the end, A becomes 8 and B becomes 5. So here is the logic, and we will use this simple math for it. No magic involved, just addition and subtraction. So here is the flowchart. We'll start with reading the values, number 1 and number 2, which is it could be A or B. And then we are going to do this math, A equal to A plus B, B equal to A minus B, and A equal to A minus B. And then we will display the result, which is the swapped numbers. So it looks simple. So let's write it in Python. So here is the previous code. So we are going to take two numbers, or I can rewrite it once again if you guys are okay. So ask the user to enter the values. So A equal to input, enter the value of A, and B equal to input, enter the value of B. Okay. And now we are going to display the numbers before swap. So print, I'm using f strings here. So A equal to A, B equal to B. And then we will write logic to swap the numbers. But if you observe, if you guys are, if you guys have come up with the previous exercises and you're still here with me, you might notice that there's a mistake that I'm doing here. Like even in all the exercises, I was highlighting that just one thing where we have to convert the type of a variable, especially when we are dealing with mathematical operations. If you observe the previous exercise, we didn't do any type conversion, like we didn't convert the value of A to integer and value of B to integer because there is no chance to work on mathematical operations in that particular situation. But here we have to swap the numbers. So in order to do that, we should not use the third variable and then we have to do the mathematical calculation here. So can we calculate using the strings? Like, can we add two strings? Yes, you can do that, but that's a different story. Can you add two strings to get a number? No, right? We need that input to be integers in order to calculate them. So always use type conversions if you want to calculate anything. So I, change the type from string to integer. And now let's work on the calculation. We already have algorithm, so we are just going to work on this one. A equal to a plus b, b equal to a minus b, and a equal to a minus b. Don't think that what's happening here, why are we doing that? Because once we trace it, we'll understand why we are writing this logic. So just do it. A equal to a plus b and b equal to a minus b and a equal to a minus b. So now we are going to display the results after swap. So display after swap. So print after the exchange or after swapping, anything will work. And you're just going to write print f a equal to a comma b equal to b. Let's break this down. So if you enter a equal to 5, so here a equal to 5 and b equal to maybe 8. Okay, a equal to 5 and b equal to 8. And here is what happens behind the scenes. If you see, what is a plus b? 8 plus 5? 13, right? And here we are doing b equal to a minus b. Now what is the value of a? Is 30. So 13 minus, what is b? 8. So 13 minus 8 equal to 5. So what is the value of b now? 5, right? I hope you are getting my point. And now what is the value of a? 13 itself. 13 minus, what is the value of b now? It's 5. Okay. Always try to trace the logic. Keeping the pen and paper is the most important thing at this point. I'm trying to break it down in the comments, but I would suggest you to keep the pen and paper and try to trace the logic. And what is the value of b now? It's 5, right? So 13 minus 5 is nothing but 8. So this is what happens. If you see in the beginning, a is 5 and b is 8, but now b became 5 and a became 8. It just swapped just like that by just using this logic. At first, we added two numbers and we stored it in a, and then a minus b, which is nothing but 5, and then again a minus b, so which is 8. So after swapping, a is 8 and b is 5. So this is how we can swap any two numbers without any extra variable. And why this is important? Why this exercise is important? Well, it teaches you how memory exactly works, like how variables stores data and how operations can be optimized. And this trick is often asked in interviews too, because so it's a good one to remember. And always remember to convert the input to integer because Python takes input as a string by default. I've told you multiple times because this is where beginners make mistakes. So I don't mind though it is repetitive because this is really important for you guys to remember. So yeah, that's it for this one. If this made sense and you enjoyed it, do me a small favor. Just like it and comment what values you tried. And also, if you have any errors, then try commenting it. And also subscribe if you're learning Python with me. And let me know in the comments, should we try swapping with multiplication and division next? Can we do that? So in the next exercise, we will work on another Python basics. So this is the last exercise of this Python series. For these, I think all these exercises have covered the basics that we have gone through in the previous episodes. So just to get you guys a grip on the basics, we just made this many exercises. So though it takes more time for you to, I would suggest you to go through each and every exercise and try to solve it. I don't want you to see the entire video. I don't want you to do that. I just want you to get the point that these things are really important. I want you to keep these things in mind, because if you like, it is common in almost all programming languages. Like, if you learn these common basics, then these are actually implemented in all programming languages. So if you learn these things, then other programming languages also will be easy for you to understand, and you'll be very fast in learning them because you already know these basics. So there will be a just syntax difference. So this is the last exercise, and in the upcoming videos, we are going to learn some more important concepts of Python programming. And then from this point, I could say you're not a beginner anymore. You came to an intermediate level if you have solved it by yourself. So yeah, see you in the next one, and all the best for your learning.